former Minister of Aviation, Femi Fani-Kayode, has reacted bitterly after watching a soldier on Chinese television who opined that a repentant Boko Haram who has gotten rid of his arms has right to contest for any political seat. It is no longer a strange or new news that the country is being faced with challenges, insecurity being amongst them. The continuous activities of bandits and Boko Haram has become a thorn to the flesh in the lives of Nigerians. They have continued in the mass abductions of students irrespective of the ransom paid by the government to release the students, and also appeals made by the government for them to drop their arms and repent of their ways and become rehabilitated. Gallant soldiers of the army have also lost their lives in the course of fighting the bandits and Boko Haram. It is because of the wonderful efforts of the government and the soldiers who gave their lives in trying to bring peace and calm in the nation while fighting the bandits. That made FFK to react after seeing the soldier who granted an interview with Channel, stating that a Boko Haram who has repented and laid off his arms can also contest for elections and may become the president. Worried about this statement, FFK asks how we got to this point and who is doing this to us. He said he will never forget the statement, neither will he forgive and neither will he also dismiss or disregard. He alleged that there may be traitors who have infiltrated the military high command. FFK has made this point known as Nigerians. We don't know what your opinions or reactions could be towards what is just said. Of course, it is not this is not you know, it's not just coming new. The news is not just coming new, and that shows that people begin to go back to some of the things being said by some of these people who are holding key positions. And I think by then people felt that, oh, they didn't even think it through. They just believed that maybe they were talking from a different angle. But from what has been happening now, I think a lot of people are beginning to go back to statements being made by all these people at one point in time. And that is why it's like, oh, if you can connect all of these together with the position of the presidency, with the support, with the defense of their defense from those who are committing atrocities that you can see clearly, but they don't see it as that. But and the stand of the presidency, especially Buhari himself and those who are surrounding him, their stand towards what is happening, you know, one will know. But like, oh yes, let us connect the T and dot the I. You know what it means. Use your tongue to count your teeth. And that is why this man is bringing up this whole thing, because these people don't just make this kind of statement just like that. The chief bandit is in Aso Rock. That is the major problem Nigeria has. The chief you referred to was trained by your whatever. Banditry was an offshoot of cultism and cannibalism, which this one say which your parents are the Oga Kota. But Gumi is telling us a bandit they are Fulani herdsmen who are complaining that their cattle were rustled. They are Fulani herdsmen. Well, and someone say you are indeed suffering from acute dementia and severe maniacal delusion. In fact, your head was since mired in the abyss of cognitive dissonance, and you are exactly like your principal. Do you need divination to know that this type of soldier is capable of shooting any of his colleagues from back on war front against Boko Haram? Of course, we've heard some people complain. Somebody, a military man, a soldier complained that because he was just shooting too much, he was shooting the Boko Haram too much, and they just shot him by his leg, that you are killing too much. Hey, if you know the atrocities going on in that place, oh God, you will be baffled. So yes, we've heard such thing. So it's happening. Not that oh, if you hear or maybe you think that this kind of person will be responsible for anybody who is going to be killing Boko Haram. Of course, do you need a sincere again when Buhari said attack on Boko Haram is an attack on the north? So what does that tell people? The stupidity of the highest level from a gallant soldier talking in nonsense and irresponsible. This is not a gallant soldier but a traitor. The souls of the innocent people he kills will not let him see peace. for the rest of his life. The wolf is now leading the sheep in sheep's clothing. The North has always been the problems of this country. No, this soldier must be a Muslim and either Hausa or Fulani. Statements like this will definitely tear this country apart. The country is already torn apart. The country is already torn apart. General T. Danjuma said that Nigeria government is sponsoring Boko Haram, that everybody should defend himself. And if it is true that the government is sponsoring Boko Haram, that means the president, the chief of army staff, with other heads of the security agencies in Nigeria are Boko Haram members. Why are you surprised of hearing this? If an unrepentant Boko Haram is a minister of communication, how much more a repented Boko Haram? Yes, because himself is a Boko Haram. Nowadays, Nigeria don't have army. Nigeria are just living by the grace of God. Buhari and his army has an agenda. Buhari, Tinubu, El-Rufai, they know all the Boko Haram. If you watch closely, no matter how many people that died, Buhari, Tinubu, Amechi, and El-Rufai never show any concern, but they were after 2023. One thing is sure of, these people will never see 2023. That is this person's submission. Okay? Even the army are also their members. Yet, a deserter or dismissed soldier cannot contest for a political office, but you are here trashing nonsense. Yes, somebody said there are two routes in this country, one for the south and one for the north. That is why they find it difficult to win the war. There are some saboteurs among the military. Yes. Yet, one other Mumu said nobody can entrust leadership on the country on any Southeasterners. They are so blind to the atrocities and crimes of their own, except that of others. Terrorists, bandits, kidnappers, abductors, and robbers from the north are all having representatives in these governments. No, not, but I ask, will Fulani rule Nigeria forever? From a moral perspective, many will sympathize with the concern expressed by the former minister, but morality is highly subjective stance that is capable of eliciting different points of view. Such a repentant terrorist participation in public life, however, will only be guided by the law, and the law is very clear as to eligibility to run for public office. You must have been convicted of a criminal offense for your right to contest for public office to be circumscribed for 10 years, I believe. In the case of the repentant terrorist, he was neither charged to courts nor convicted of the offense of terrorism. That he was not charged to court does not mean there was no sufficient grounds to do so. He escaped such sanctions due to political exigencies put in place by the government of the day, which may not necessarily tally with the position of another government. The only recourse left to the people justifiably ruled by such a decision is to sufficiently mobilize the electorate to reject such would-be candidates at the poll. Child Niger, we heard you, we hear you now. That is what somebody is trying to bring in to this whole thing, that if the court has not been able to charge the person, or I don't know what he's trying to say, if his person has not been convicted, so the law can still be whatever. So it's now the responsibilities now lie on the people whether they are going to go with that. What is not good is not good. Those who are even in that party will not even dare try that.